strain improvement. By the process of isolation, we have taken out a special type of microorganism which is desired for us. Now, it is not necessary that a particular strain should have all the desired qualities to a level that we expect. The isolation will give us a desired type of microorganism, but it does not ensure that it produces molecule in sufficient quantities to be economically viable. कहने का मतलब क्या है, हम लोगों ने माइक्रोब्स को आइसोलेट किया, बट उस माइक्रोब में हमें जितने क्वांटिटी में हमारा मॉलिक्यूल और प्रॉपर्टी चाहिए उतना नहीं है, तो इस पर्टिकुलर माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म को हमें थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूव करना है, उसकी क्वालिटीज़ बढ़ाना है, ओके, और उसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स चेंज करना है. कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स इन द सेंस हमें रिक्वायर्ड लेवल तक लेके आना है. सो लेट अस सी व्हाट आर द टेक्निक्स बाय विच we improve strains. The first one is mutant selection. This is one of the oldest methods of strain improvement. In the process of mutant selection, we are exposing our desired microorganism to some mutagens. Mutagens can be chemical or physical. Mutagen means a chemical or physical agent that is causing mutation. We can expose our desired microorganism towards UV, and after that we can go for selecting whether our quality has been increased or not through mutation. The UV rays are nitrosoguanidine (NTG). These are the physical chemical agents which were commonly used. It is very often found that we need to carry out multiple and successive attempts or many mutations using physical or chemical mutagen in order to get our desired result. Because a blind try है, we expose microorganism towards UV rays and we will try to find whether the mutation is happened which is required for us. Sometimes it may not happen. You will have to have multiple trials to get our desired microorganism. One of the classical examples of strain improvement using this methodology is production of antibiotic penicillin. Several successive mutations were necessary to develop a strain of Penicillium chrysogenum capable of producing nearly 100 times the concentration of penicillin produced by original strain Penicillium notatum. Penicillium notatum is the microorganism which produces penicillin, which was mutated several times to get a new improved variety, that is Penicillium chrysogenum. This Penicillium chrysogenum is able to produce the concentration of penicillin 100 times than that of Penicillium notatum. But to get Penicillium chrysogenum, many attempts were done by using mutant selection. So this is one of the classical methods of strain improvement. After recombinant DNA technology, a new era of biotechnology has started. So using genetic engineering techniques, we are now able to produce our desired kind of microorganism specifically, okay, because here through RDT we can transfer the gene of interest, or we can alter the gene of interest to create a mutant which is having an ability beyond its natural capacity. So recombinant strains were produced by using RDT, and using these techniques microorganisms may be manipulated to synthesize or secrete enhanced quantities of biomolecules, or we can facilitate production of new molecules, new compounds, and We can also produce a microorganism who act on cheaper substrate and they produce our desired quantity of products. Nowadays, some of the valuable human proteins which are being produced in microorganism using bioprocess engineering. For example, insulin is produced nowadays in bacteria, and hepatitis B surface antigen, human growth hormones, all these are produced using recombinant strains. The tools which are used for recombinant technology has been already discussed in the first chapter. However, some of the practical problems we will discuss here. Okay, now see what are the practical problems. If we transfer a foreign gene or heterologous gene, suppose if you want to express the foreign gene in an organism, we cannot expect the production in sufficient quantity. We may experience some practical problems. Sometime if we transfer a foreign gene to a microorganism, their expression may not happen. Since the machinery of prokaryote do not support eukaryote gene, we may have to give the essential regulatory controls. For the expression, we have to give regulatory controls along with the gene. There is a special vector you all know, expression vector. By using expression vector, we can overcome the problem to an extent. Expression vector with a high copy number, that means it produces in huge amount, and we can check the production. Check the production in the sense, whenever we require, then we need to activate the gene. Expression vector along with the regulatory switch. Regulatory switch means this switch can be made on a particular conditions, or until we require the expression is stopped. As and when we require, the expression will start. So by using expression vector or regulatory switches, we can control or we can minimize such problems of expression of foreign gene in a bacteria. In addition to this, the recombinant protein may not be secreted into the medium in its correct folding. Sometimes the problem of inclusion bodies. Inclusion bodies means inside the host, this is a prokaryotic host, our protein is produced, but that protein does not have correct folding, correct three-dimensional structure. Because the microorganism, they lack certain organelles like ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum and all, where the proteins are allowed to undergo post-translational modification. That helps the protein to achieve its three-dimensional structure, which may not be happening, and due to that the protein may accumulate as inclusion bodies. These problems make our isolation or downstream processing difficult and costly. So to avoid this or to minimize this, for eukaryotic gene, actually we use the host Saccharomyces cerevisiae. This is normal yeast, a simple eukaryote. So instead of using prokaryotic host, we started using eukaryotic host, so that we can have all the eukaryotic machinery in the yeast. Thus it will produce a three-dimensional structure which is like in the eukaryotes. Now it has been found that even yeast also produce very low concentration of our product. So a new variety of yeast has been discovered, which is known as Pichia pastoris. This is a new kind of variety of yeast. Why this has been selected nowadays to produce human protein? Because they have certain advantages. First one, they have strong inducible promoters. They have strong promoters. So amount of your protein is produced in higher level. It is capable of making post-translational modifications similar to human cells. So they are able to produce post-translational modifications like that of human cells. So human protein will have proper three-dimensional arrangement in this Pichia pastoris. Third, the downstream processing is simpler because they does not secrete many of their proteins into the fermentation broth. If we produce microorganism in a fermenter, apart from our protein, they produce variety of proteins of their own kind. So we get a mixture of protein, and from that mixture we have to isolate our desired kind. This Pichia pastoris secrete less amount of their protein, or they do not secrete many proteins into the fermentation media. Okay, this is regarding strain improvement. Strain improvement, two techniques: mutant selection and genetic engineering. Thank you.